have been asked if Lotus Ocean is open to every race, the simple answer is it is. Some think PT is against certain races. The truth is that Lotus Ocean just tells it how it is. No one can take a step forward without understanding who they are, what their genes are made up of, what their ancestors have done, and where they stand in the ladder of evolution. Any misnomers or delusions always take one down, not up. So I love this so much about Divine, the way Divine handles things. Like his education about the beings here is so indispensable. Like being stuck in 3D realm means that you're guilty. I mean, it's a prison, and no one gets sent to prison unless they've done something. So, Divine understands exactly what every single different type of being has done wrong, what they're responsible for. But that doesn't mean that it's a personal thing or that he's trying to stop anyone from improving themselves. Quite the opposite. It's more like when you see what you actually are, that's like very inspiring to do better. For instance, I don't think that anything could be quite as excoriating as his Southie or like South Indian or Punjabi education, but if a representative of that decides to praise Divine, they might end up doing it so like super well and then be used as an example of like how it's done. So I mean, everyone has a chance for redemption here, and Divine is very classy and sophisticated about it. For some reason, he seems to think I'm a bit transracial, that none of my ethnic or cultural background makes the slightest bit of difference, and I'm just a Dutch girl. So I don't exactly know what to make of that, but what can you do? Yes, his perspective on everything is just so fascinating, like very eye-opening, and it's yes, and like I know in general, like it can be kind of difficult to tell, like, you know, where one person's own nonsense ends and what they've picked up from Divine begins. Like I've had that struggle, and I guess it's also a struggle to be more appropriate. Like PT is always like the hardest on like his own family and matrix, and like he thinks that that's how people should be, like no one should feel like what they come from is okay. And I really admire that also. Like, even though, like, actually, he has a much more sophisticated background. Like, people can't even imagine having things as nice as his circumstances growing up. Like, he still finds, you know, what's wrong with it and all the comedy in it. Like, yes, he's just so inspiring. And yes, so, and yeah, I guess I really appreciate it because, like, just because of, like, my curse, if someone has a bad side, like, they're going to take it out on me, guaranteed. So the same kind of nonsense seems to follow me wherever I go. So it's just kind of nice to be more educated about what's going on, who, you know, knowledge is power, and it just helps. So he's so sweet to provide so much education, just so kind and so genius and so inspiring. Total precision with Aquarian aloofness. That's so great.